Listen, man. Listen. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Kime... Where's my chair? I gotta stand on this junk, bro. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Bruh. I've been sleeping on it for too long. For too long. I just binged 6 episodes. 6 episodes in the span of today and yesterday. Muzan Kibusushi, dog. Yo. Yeah. Dog. The moment... That has to be one of my favorite character introductions in recent memory for a Shonen Jump series. Seriously. There is one thing... Makes you want to dance in happiness, bro, for the fact that it's so goat. This man, Muzan, legit was out there with his wife and child. Turned around like he was Crollo in his prime, suit and all. Scratched dude's neck. And it changed everything. Tanjiro had to reveal himself. Then the other 2 individuals that were there with him also had to reveal themselves. Genius. And he got away. And then he came back to the scene of the crime and boned 2 other people. And I was like, yo, I love the way the character's been handled so far. Because you see both sides. You see the savage side, and you see the side that's trying to live a peaceful life. And it's like, yo, I want to know more about Muzan, dog. But then on the other side of that, my boy Tanjiro. Yo. Tanjiro and Nezuko, I said it when I did my first impressions, that their relationship was probably going to end up being the driving force behind the series, and so far it is, man. You know, episode 4 and episode 5 were a lot of fun from an emotional attachment standpoint. We got to see... whenever I found out those 2 individuals, the masked one and the other girl, were the ones... Or they were dead. Whenever his sensei revealed that, I was mad shook. I was like, what? They were dead! And they helped him in order to cut the boulder and whatnot. But anyways, the one that took them out apparently was this massive amalgamation of a demon. And so Tanjiro's facing this thing in battle, learning, using his water-breathing techniques. Dude, Tanjiro's water-breathing techniques, the way the UFO table handles it is so nasty. Like, it makes me want to use it. Especially the one that I just saw, the dance. I think it's number 3. My man is out here dancing with the movement, doing the cha-cha-cha. Yo, I'm like, yeah, okay, Tanjiro. You see the blade filled with water? I mean, it's nasty. I love it. But... Whenever that one, my phone. Whenever that one thing got annihilated, my favorite part about that was the aftermath. Right after Tanjiro, because I'm not gonna lie, the final selection reminded me a lot of the Hunter exams, so I was already digging it. But when that amalgamation, after Tanjiro went and infiltrated its neck and boned it, we got to see a little insight into its memories before it became that. And that to me was very, very interesting. I hope that we get more of that in the future because that was very, very emotional. We even got to see a little flashback with Tanjiro Sensei in there too. Speaking of Tanjiro Sensei, man, very same episode. Nezuko comes back after 2 years of being slump. I mean, she had the greatest sleep of her life. But I was so happy to see her. Very emotional reunion between her and Tanjiro. And then the sensei comes up in there too, and you see the tear coming down his eye, like he actually managed to make it home. Because the amalgamation took out apparently 14 disciples, or 13 of them, 14 of them before, and like 50 other people. It's like, Tanjiro was the first one to do it ever. So I was like, yo, shout out to Tanjiro. But, yeah, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing, because thanks to Hunter x Hunter now, and because I compared it to Hunter x Hunter, I think the other characters that were there with Tanjiro at the end of that exam for the Demon Hunter stuff, I'm pretty sure they're going to become more prevalent, especially the one with the yellow hair, because we see him in the opening. He has like a little lightning blade, or thunder, I don't know what it is, but it's in the opening. So I'm going to assume that we get to see more from that individual later on, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more of the other ones that I graduated with him too. But then we had episode 6, man. Episode 6, from then until episode 9, it was absolutely flipping fun, man. Episode 6, like I said before, with Nezuko and Tanjiro's relationship. When we got to see them have... They had 2 scenes like this. First one, episode 6, where you see one of those 3... it reminded me of the tuning exams in Naruto. One of those things that come out of the ground. And it reminded me of Oasis, too. I've been watching JoJo with Green Day and Oasis. But it reminded me of Oasis's ability to be able to go through the walls and whatnot. And put itself into the ground. But it was great how Tanjiro handled all that from a combat standpoint. But Nezuko, there was one point where my boy Tanjiro was about to get smoked. Nezuko booted and hit one of those things right in the chin. Sweet chin music, dog. Diablo Jumbo. Bah! I was like, Nezuko! So then it was Nezuko and Tanjiro back to back. If you're my fellow Gintama-tars, you'll hear the Sai no Bokura. Well, I mean, they were going ham. So Nezuko, Tanjiro's taking her business, but just trying to find out more about this Muzan dude. And then, we got to actually meet him in episode 7 and 8. Episode 7, at the end of the episode, I was sweating, man. I was sweating, and when I reached episode 8, I was sweating even harder. And now they're currently fighting 2 individuals who have really, really cool powers. Really, really cool powers. One of them having arrows, and these arrows can help another. So it's a really good tag team ability. Arrows that you'll be able to toss. And the only way he sees these arrows is because he has that one thing that was given to him by that one dude. And I call him the dude who's extremely obsessed. Because every time that Tanjiro even attempts to have a conversation with old girl, he's like, hey man. And he tries to square up immediately. I'm like, shit, bro, chill. Tanjiro's good. You feel me? So, but the only way he's able to see these arrows is because of the thing placed on his forehead, thanks to him. And dude, now that we're on the subject of that, this series, in the last couple of episodes, has really gone above and to show you a lot of gore from like a limb or a removal standpoint. Like out here taking out limbs, man, heads. They're reforming. There was one scene where that same dude I was talking about, his head was reforming, and I was like, good God, bro. Shout out to them for animating this, man. Like, nobody... the last thing I remember watching like that was like Monogatari, where I was like, dude, they actually put effort into stuff like that, so that was really cool. Just really... Because stuff like that, it fits the tone of the series, at least for me. I mean, it really does fit the type of darker tone that the series is going for, especially when it comes to slaying these very dangerous individuals. But yeah, man. And then, but the current battle that's going on, what I was going to get to was, so we have Nezuko and Yaiba. Nezuko and Tanjiro back to back again. Tanjiro's like, I'll leave this to you. They head off. Nezuko goes off. They had like a thing where they were right next to each other, and then Nezuko just whoosh, and Tanjiro goes whoosh, and now they're fighting the other individuals. Because first it was 6-armed fellow against Tanjiro. Well, technically both of them against Tanjiro, and now it's a 3-on-1 battle against 6 arms. Freaking Ben 10 alien, and then you have the arrow on his eyes, man, out here. Throwing arrows all over the place, but he just got pwned. My man just got pwned by the fattest flower dance combined with something else. I was like, bro, I was marking out because the way that the camera angles were handling the entire situation with it, and the way that I was shot, I was losing my mind. From the moment that Tanjiro the arrow wrapped around Tanjiro's body or his arm, and he had to backflip out of there like he was a Olympic gold medalist, and he hit the floor. Came back down. Boy was dodging. He had observation hockey, man. He saw he was dodging. Took out his blade. Straight up water breathing, man. The dance of the cha-cha-cha. Carried his blades right back to him. Give me that head, boy. I was like, yo, man. This series is heat. It's heat. So yeah, man, I'm having a lot of fun, obviously, with this series so far. On a serious note, though, when it comes to the emotional attachment and the stuff going on with Nezuko, right now she's heavily injured, and we see that her foot is just got cut off. So I'm curious on how exactly she's gonna be able to regenerate that, or if in the future she's gonna be able to regenerate that. because obviously she does not eat other individuals or take in have human blood intake. So it really has me thinking of how they're going to handle such a thing in the future. Not only that, but they brought up a couple episodes ago. I mean, I've been uneasy ever since the beginning. Whenever they talked about the possibility of her, of like a bad situation happening with them too. Anyway, but I think it was, I don't remember if it was episode 5 or episode 6. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. It was whenever they left, and his sensei told him that he put what was it, a hypnosis? It was like a hypnosis suggestion spell on her, that any individual whom she would see as human would remind what she would think of family, and we've seen that several instances, which have been very very emotional moments. And then and in the other case, any demons that would attack humans or eat humans are seen as immediate evil. But to me, I wonder if that's going to backfire one day with such a thing. But that's just me thinking, if I was writing the same scenario, I would already have in the back of my mind how I could use this as a plot point later on, for a take for the worst. So, but yeah, I guess we won't think about that until it actually happens. Which I do think, if it was introduced, I think it's gonna happen, because the person writing this obviously has some stuff planned. But super super exciting stuff, man. Staying on topic of that her thinking everybody's family stuff. Back in, I think that was episode 6, whenever it was the dude and the chick, and he went and Nezuko went up to them, and she put her hand on both their faces, like just appreciating that. And the same thing, she just had it right now, which is why she gained the eyes and the veins popped out, because she was like, I'm gonna protect them. And I was like, man, dude, that hypnosis spell is really truly kicking in, and it's kind of showing off her true emotions at that point in time. But yeah, man, I'm enjoying Kimetsu no Yaiba a lot. These past couple episodes has been on fire. It has been on fire. I enjoy small little standoffs like this, especially whenever they're born off of episodic stuff. Like, just Tanjiro going on his first mission, and then you learn little insights into Muzan, the possibility of who he could be. That one scene where it was just him and Nezuko eating udon, and he felt the spiritual pressure, he felt the scent of blood. I was like, yo! Ran up towards, all the way to Muzan. I was marking out, man. That was great stuff. This series provided some great moments. Another really good Tanjiro moment was whenever back whenever they were in that one battle back in episode 6, towards the end, the other individual that he was protecting, I'm really bad with names in the series for some reason, but the other individual that he was with was crying, saying, what would you know about loss? Because of course he had just lost his fiance. And so Tanjiro's not saying anything. He's taking all of it. Us knowing as viewers how much Tanjiro's gone through. But Tanjiro puts his hand on him and just looks at him and smiles, dog. And whenever he felt that, and he felt those hands, he was like, those aren't the hands of a child. Those are the hands of somebody that's been through it. He knows what I've been through. And that hit home, dog. This series has hit home emotion a couple different times, man. Great, great stuff. I've really enjoyed the hype moments, the emotional moments, the funny little character moments. They've been a blast, man. So overall, really enjoying Kimetsu no Yaiba. So dope. And y'all were right, man. Yo, shout out to Abarazara, because Abarazara told me I was really gonna love episode 7, because I love villains. And lo and behold, highly factual. Highly factual. I mean, Muzan at this point in time is the character I'm by far the most interested in. I mean, I really, really am invested into Tanjiro and Nezuko, of course, and their relationship. And honestly, this entire situation is going on right now with the two other individuals too, even though I can't remember their names for the life of me. But I still come up with nicknames, man. I do the Luffy. You feel me? I don't remember people's names. I do a nickname. But yeah, man, super dope stuff. Kimetsu no Yaiba is a lot of fun. That opening is heat. The soundtrack is heat. Just a lot of fun, man. I'm really glad I was able to sit down and finally catch back up to the series, because it's glorious. And they're doing a fantastic job, man. I mean, they're really, really doing a great job with it. And I haven't read the manga, so I don't know how faithful of an adaptation it is. But if it shows all like the limbs being severed in the manga too, then they're doing a great job. Because usually they would censor that type of stuff, but yeah, I was like, nah. UFO Table's like, nah, man. We ain't not doing nothing. Y'all getting the full extent of it, which, like I said, it makes sense for a series like this. But anyways, having a lot of fun, man. Kimetsu no Yaiba greatness. Looking forward to episode 10 when it drops. I think it's on Saturday. So, back in like summer, man. Shout out to my boy Tanjiro. That water breathing technique is fire. I mean, not literally, but it's agua. You know, that water breathing technique is fire, bro. I don't care what nobody says, but it's something I would love to have. I mean, especially whenever you're underwater. And I love how he always compares his situation to stuff he's been in previously. Like, yo, this is nothing compared to what I've been to. And it makes those earlier training episodes seem like, man, I'm so glad that we went through that, because now, like, you feel the effects. You feel that that stuff was actually really important. And that's always really dope to me, man. But anyways, I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. Kimetsu no Yaiba greatness. Shout out once again to Abara Zara for continuing to tell me to catch up to Yaiba. It was so worth it, so much fun. And it was a blast, man. Gonna continue watching though, man. I'm super excited to see what happens next. Excited to see 6-arm Ben 10 creature get pwned next, and continue to see what happens here in developments toward my boy Muzan Kimetsuji, bro. I want to see more. I want to see more. Honestly, I think I might be a little more excited about his backstory and reason for doing this. Oh, I just remember this one scene. He was a little shook whenever he remembered the earrings, and how those earrings are the same ones that Tanjiro has. And I was like, hold on, bro. It just got me excited, man. But anyways, Kimetsu no Yaiba greatness. Y'all have a good one. Peace out, yo.